doing absolutely nothing this morning. So, if you want to join me, you can join me. In a little bit, I'm going to bake the chicken. I have a puppy misbehaving, so I'm trying to ignore him. I'm going to move that to the side there. Did you ever think you couldn't run out of room, and then you run out of room? And that's what I'm doing. I'm running out of room. I'm going to give my stove a little cleaning this morning. I'm just bored. How was your weekend? I hope it was good. Today's Monday, so we're going into a new week. Oh, I don't have anything. Mommy's cleaning. And you're not allowed to misbehave in the kitchen. So I thought I would just bring you along while I do a absolutely nothing kind of day. It's cold here this morning in Ohio. We had snow, we had ice. And I went ahead and pulled my hair up because I don't want to get my hair into everything this morning, especially not the chicken, if I'm into chicken. I hope I'm talking loud enough. I don't want to talk too loud and bust your eardrums, but I want you to be able to hear me as well. So I just thought I'd bring you along while I was doing an absolutely nothing type of morning this morning. Hello. Hi. How are you? Welcome in. How's your Monday going? I always look at it, it's a new week, a new start. Good, well good. I'm just doing a little bit of kitchen cleanup and a little bit of nothing this morning, so I thought I would just pop on and see if everybody else was having I'm doing not much of anything Monday. Hi. Good to see everyone coming in. Hello. Maybe I'm not the only one that's bored on a Monday morning. How was your weekend and your Valentine's Day? Hopefully you had a very nice Valentine's Day. My husband, as always, made sure I had flowers and chocolates, and I'm so blessed with an amazing husband. So I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and clean up my stove a little bit. And then, right or no, our little Maltese pup is misbehaving. He's 8 months old and he's still in training, so he's got a lot of energy. But didn't have much on there, but I wanted to make sure whatever was on there, I had cleaned it up a little bit. How is your day going? I slept on that day. Aw. We all need to get some rest, that's for sure. I get a little anxious this time of the year. I'm ready for spring. I started some starter plants, and it said it would take 4 weeks to germinate, and within a week, I've got little plants already sprouting. I'll take you over and show you here in just a minute. I think I'm going to bake a chicken today and have some noodles. I'm sick. I'm sick too. What? Oh, maybe you should have some chicken noodle soup. You have this old cold that's going around, this sinus thing. I've had it. My husband's had it. It's awful. I'm going to bake a whole chicken here in a little bit. Eat rocks. And this is a big, pretty good sized chicken. It is almost 6 pounds. So that is going to be really nice. And then I'll have some noodles. Some chicken and some noodles. I liked and subscribed. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'll take you over here and show you my new little plants. See if I can get them where you can see them there. This is cucumbers. This is like a cherry tomato. And this is beef tomato. So all 3 of them are starting good. And then this is sweet basil. And this is parsley. And you can just barely see one of my chives. Right there. So, I've got welcome spring. I'm ready for spring. And this is my island. Definitely ready for spring. And here's some flowers that my husband got me for Valentine's Day. So, that's what I'm into this morning. I love it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm ready for spring. They said they wouldn't germinate for 4 weeks, but they started germinating. Okay, I'm going to move you back over here a little bit, and we'll go ahead and get started on this old chicken here. Get you a drink and join me this morning. I'm having some coffee. Get you a warm drink, a cold drink, and of course I got the old green bun up because I don't want my hair into everything. We'll go ahead and get this old chicken ready, and we'll get him put in the oven. I usually bake it about 3 hours, or until it's up to temperature on my meat thermometer. So I'm going to get out. Of course, we got the old trusty meat thermometer. And I always use a meat thermometer. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a little wash. And then I always have a little bit of my bleach cleaner for whenever I get done cleaning this chicken. I'm going to bring my little thing over a little bit closer. It's going to make a nice chicken. This is almost like a small turkey. And I just thought it's a cold old day. I'll just have me bake a whole chicken. I set him out and let him thaw real good. And give him a good scrubbing here. I always like to wash my chicken off real good. Yeah, I'm just not doing anything special today. I thought if you were bored and would like to hang out and come along and see what I do whenever I really don't have anything special to do. And we're going to bake a chicken. I want to towel dry him. That's a nice chicken. Just let him dry off there really good. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Go get rid of all of this. Yeah, I'm just absolutely doing nothing special today. Just hanging out. Gonna bake a chicken. Make some noodles. It's just too cold to be out doing anything. I was going to go to town and it's too cold and I'm just not going to do it. And then I always add just a little bit of oil on mine, just so my seasonings will stick real good. So I'm just going to grease him up real good. I asked my husband what he wanted for dinner, and he said a whole chicken sounds really good. So I laid it out in the refrigerator and let it thaw. So we're going to have chicken. Maybe over here a little bit closer. And I don't really do anything that special to my chicken, other than I get it nice and greased, as you can see. And I apologize if you hear my pup in the background. He's exploring. And I'm just going to use some Montreal chicken seasoning. And I'm just going to season him real good. Then anything that I have left over, I'll debone it, and then I'll put it in the freezer, and then when I want to make a chicken pot pie, homemade chicken pot pie, I'll have my chicken. Basically, I just season him real good. And turn my oven on and turn the exhaust on. And we'll go ahead and get him put in there. Sure, I don't have anything on here. And I'm just going to get my pot ready for some noodles. So what is everybody going to do today? Do you have any plans for today? Going to do anything special, or are you just going to hang out, or? I'm just going to add just a little bit of salt in my water. I thought I would see if anybody wanted to join me today while I was doing basically a nothing special kind of day. I'm ready for spring. Winter's pretty when it first starts, but then I'm ready for it to be over about this time of the year. I used to love winter. When I was younger, I was raised in West Virginia, and we had 2 ski resorts and an ice skating ring, and we'd all go skiing, and downhill skiing, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, ice skating. But when you get older, you don't enjoy the cold weather as much. I know. After I got injured and disabled at work, the winter, the cold hurts. So I don't really do hardly any activities like I used to. So I just thought I would come on and see what everybody's into today. And we'll go in here and sit down for a little bit. And this is an adult channel, so I do smoke cigarettes and I do drink coffee, so I hope that doesn't offend you. I'm dressed warm for the weather. Got my hair up because I knew I was going to be in there working a little bit in the kitchen. Going to have me a cigarette, some coffee. Sit a while and chat a while. So, if you just come in, welcome in. We're just doing a nothing special kind of Monday. And we're just hanging out. I cleaned it, got my chicken ready, got it put in the oven. I'm gonna let it bake for about 3.5 hours. And then I'll have some noodles with it. So what are you doing today? Anything interesting? Or are you just staying in, staying warm, relaxing? If you have any questions, please ask. I'll try and answer them. Again, I'm not doing anything at all special today. I'm just hanging out, doing a little bit of house chores, a little bit of cooking, a little bit of baking. That's about all I'm going to do today. And some laundry. Always have laundry to do. And it looks like Puppy finally laid down for a little bit. Yeah, but I was so surprised that my starter plants have already started sprouting. And I think it was about a week, a little over a week, that I've had them planted. And it said that it would take 4 weeks to germinate. So I wasn't expecting anything for a few weeks. And I've already got the beef tomatoes sprouted, the cherry tomatoes sprouted, the cucumbers have sprouted, and then my 3 starter herbs, the parsley, the chives, and I can't remember what the other one was. They've all started to sprout. Is it oregano? Parsley, chives, and let me see what the other one was. Parsley, chives, and basil. And they have already started sprouting. This is the cucumbers. And this is the beef tomatoes. This is the mini tomatoes. This is the basil, parsley, and you can see just one little chive right there coming through. And as you can see, I'm already welcoming spring. And then I have my little island decorated here with my little Easter. I'm trying to rush winter right out the door. And then, of course, there's some beautiful roses that my husband got me for Valentine's Day. He is absolutely so amazing. So I'm doing a nothing kind of day. I was bored. Thought I would come online and see if anybody wanted to just come on and hang out. Just chit-chat with me this morning. I don't know what you want to talk about. If you want to talk about baking or cooking, anything that I've done on my lives. I've done a few cooking and baking, and then I've done some lives on paranormal equipment that I use and some of the research that I do. So if there's just something in particular that you would like to talk about, you can ask me questions. I just always ask that you please be respectful in chat. And I'm new to doing lives and doing YouTube, but my channel will not permit any hate whatsoever. I don't talk any religion or politics. I'm just an old lady who's got a lot of spare time on her hands now that she's disabled. And I'm putting some recipes on my channel because it's winter and it's too cold for me to be out ghost hunting and doing any paranormal. So I am doing a lot of research on a few places that we're getting ready to go look at. And that's basically what I'm doing today. I seen something come across my screen there. I wasn't sure what that was. So, not much going on here today. Laundry. Monday is laundry day, so I'm doing some laundry. Of course, baking the chicken that I just put in the oven. And I'll make some noodles to go with that later. And my husband still has, I made some cherry bombs. I've been watching some YouTube, different videos on desserts and different treats, you know, cookies and cakes and different things. And I've seen several people doing the cherry bombs, which is almost like a chocolate-covered cherry. And my husband loves chocolate-covered cherries. So there my oven preheated. So when my husband seen that, he was like, "Oh, honey, look at that one." So I watched that one and I watched several others. And then I did try the cherry bombs, and I made my husband the cherry bombs, and they turned out absolutely awesome. They do need to sit up in the refrigerator, and then they do need to be stored in the refrigerator. But they turned out absolutely amazing. And he said that's definitely a keeper. He likes that. And I'm not sure exactly which YouTube channels I was watching. There was 3 or 4 different ones that were doing different candies. And the one had chocolate covered, like peanut butter balls. They're almost like a Reese's peanut butter cup. And then they also did the cherry bombs on that particular channel. And then the other channel, I think, was just doing the cherry bombs. And, but they turned out absolutely amazing. And they do taste almost like a chocolate-covered cherry. I did leave my cherry chunks pretty good size so my husband can get plenty of cherry with each bite. And it's really, the recipe was really simple and easy. You made up the filling, and then you had to put it in the freezer for, I think it was an hour. And then you took those little filling balls out. You had them on a lined cookie sheet in the freezer, and then you took those out, and then you melted your chocolate chocolate chips and your, I think it was peanut butter. You melted that in the microwave, and then you dipped your little filling balls in the chocolate, and they turned out absolutely amazing. And once you dipped them, then you put them back on the lined cookie sheet and put them in the refrigerator for, I think it was a half an hour. And then you stored them in a plastic container. And they turned out absolutely, absolutely amazing. So, I was very impressed with that. My husband was impressed with that. And he's the one that likes the chocolate covered cherries. Anything to do with cherries. He loves cherry pies. He loves the chocolate covered cherries for the holidays. So, he said it definitely was a keeper. He wanted to keep that recipe. And again, I apologize for the granny bone going on, but I was doing some cleaning in the kitchen this morning. I did a refrigerator clean out, and then I wanted to clean the top of my stove. And when I started my live, I was still working, getting ready to do the top of the stove. So, I'm not really doing anything at all special today. I'm keeping my spirits up, keeping busy, trying to find things to do. There's always something to do if you look around. In my case, there's always too much to do. So I have to just decide what do I want to take and do today, and then the rest can wait till another day. Oh, just had a breaker kick. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I think we lost power there for a minute. I'm not really sure what happened. Might be the storm. Okay, I was just checking everything. Wow, that was strange. Everything just went off. Must be this storm. I think that's twice now that's happened here. I'm wondering if it's some of the ice, but we didn't have that much ice. That's kind of strange. So if I went black there for a few minutes, I apologize. But anyway, that's what I'm doing today. Got all kinds of stuff around me beeping and tweeting, and wow, I have no idea. Very strange. I'll have to have my husband come in and check that here in a little bit and make sure there's not something going on outside that we need to know about. I know we don't hardly have any snow, so it shouldn't be snow. Strange. Just kind of listening to see what's going on around me here. I don't hear any noises or anything, and we don't have any trees close to us. Nothing like that. That was just very strange. Very strange. So if I lost you for a minute, I apologize. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But yes, I'm definitely ready for spring. I want winter to pass on by, move on. I'm ready to see some fresh flowers and green grass, and I'm just not much for winter anymore. As I get older, I just not much for winter anymore. Hi, I'm back. Hi, I lost everybody for a few minutes. I don't know if I had a power surge or I thought a breaker had went off, but it wasn't a breaker. So sorry if I lost you there for a few minutes. But we did get the chicken, a whole chicken washed and prepared and seasoned and put it in the oven. And then I got my water ready for my noodles for in a little bit whenever I get ready to start cooking my noodles. And basically that's all I'm doing today besides laundry, and I'm going to wait a little bit to see what's going on. That's 2 times now that we've had like a power surge where everything kicked off. So, I don't know, we might be getting ready to lose power. But I don't have any trees around me, so I know it's not a tree that fell on a power line, at least not right here where I'm at, where I am. But could have been something close to us, or it could be just a power surge, power outage. I'm not really sure. So, sorry I lost you. I apologize for that. If you have stopped in and visited with me this morning, I want to thank you. And I have been putting a few recipes on my channel, doing some different cooking and baking through the winter. My daughter loves that I did that I've added it, because she likes to be with me in the kitchen. And she said she can just pull up a recipe that she wants, watch the video, and it's just like she's right here with her mama. So, I'm just relaxing here a little bit this morning and doing absolutely nothing special. Just did a little bit of cleaning there on the stovetop and put my whole chicken in the oven, and got stuff ready, my water ready for noodles. I'll make some noodles here in a little bit to go with it. And I'm just hanging out, drinking some coffee, smoking a cigarette, and doing absolutely nothing special today. But it makes me think of spring. Now when I walk into the kitchen and I see my little plants that are all coming through, all my little sprouts. And I wasn't expecting that for at least 4 weeks. And all of a sudden, they just, within a week, week and a half, I got sprouts. So I've got a little spring happening in my kitchen. I think that's amazing. And I have a little herb garden that I have out on my deck in the summer. And I have oregano, parsley, and oregano, parsley, and can't remember what else on top. I have three. It's a 3-tier. It's not very big, just a small little 3-tier herb garden. Oregano, parsley, oregano, and something else on the top. I can't remember. It'll come to me in a minute. And then I have thyme and on the second row, and then I have my chives on the bottom row. And then anytime I need a fresh herb, I have my little herb garden out on my deck. And then, of course, I have a small food dehydrator so I can dehydrate my herbs. And if I'm making something and I'm there grilling and I want a fresh herb, I have my little herb garden growing. So I thought it would be nice to go ahead and use these starter kits that I had. I've had them for, I think, since 2023. And I thought, well, I'll go ahead and use them and get them out of my way. And it said they would take 4 weeks to germinate. So I went ahead and planted them, and I've already got sprouts. So I've got a little bit of spraying happening in my kitchen now. So I just put up a couple little folding tables, like this little table here. Little TV table. And set my herbs on them. So I have a little bit of spring. I can get it around there where you can see. Let's see if I can get it. A little bit of spring happening there. And then I decided, like I said, to put this on my island. So I've got a little bit of spring happening on my kitchen island. And I'm trying to rush winter right out the door. I'm tired of this so cold weather. I'm ready for some warm weather. I'm ready for spring. So am I the only one getting spring fever, or is there other people that's getting anxious for spring? I know I'm ready. Definitely ready for spring. And my husband and I are getting ready to start back on the remodeling. So that will be interesting. We, as I was saying on my last live, we have got about half of the kitchen cabinets removed and the new cabinets put in. And then we held, because of the holidays and the cool weather, and we're getting ready to start back up on it, but I'd like to wait till the weather warms up a little bit more so I can use my outdoor grill. And then I have my seating area under my gazebo on the deck, and I have the bar seating area and love seating area. So that way I think it'll be a lot nicer, because we're going to be removing countertops and putting in new countertops to match the new island that my husband made for me. And I love the new island. It's absolutely beautiful. And you always think, boy, that's so big, it's going to be so nice, and you still end up running out of room. I'm amazed how you can run out of room. But you can run out of room really quick. That's for sure. Oh. I know I'm always running out of room. I had a great big house with a full basement, I'd probably still run out of room. But I live in a mobile home. So it's single wide and it's easy to run out of room in a mobile home. But anyway, I don't want to hold you up too long. I've already been on here for, looks like about 48, 49 minutes. So I just wanted to stop in and say hello, bring you along on my not doing anything special kind of morning. And let you know how I was doing. I'm holding up really well. I'm keeping my spirits up. I'm keeping myself busy, finding things to do, and looking for new things to get into. I'm always looking for something to get into. And definitely, I can find things to get into. Doesn't take me long. So, I'm doing research, a lot of different reading and research for some new paranormal investigating areas. One of those is Point Pleasant, West Virginia, the Mothman. I'm sure you've heard of the Mothman. But I kind of want to go in with a complete different outlook on that. I'm looking at the tragedy that happened at the Silver Bridge. And that was an absolutely horrible tragedy that happened. And was this an omen of some kind, a warning that something bad was going to happen? Is that what the whole Mothman was about? You know, I want to go in with an open mind. I want to follow facts, and facts only. I really don't want any speculation or theories, other than the only theory I would be looking at is it possible that this was some type of an omen, a warning, letting people know that something was about to happen. And of course, I always do my research. And here's one of the books that I am using for the research. Hopefully you can see that okay. And when I go in, like I said, I want to go in with facts and facts only. But it's a very nice book. We have like a little, it's a place where you can buy like newspapers and different things like that. And they sell a lot of these different books from West Virginia and Ohio. And a lot of them have so much information. They're not a very big book, but they're very informative. And this is the disaster that I was speaking about. And it was such a tragedy. Such a tragedy. And, wow, I'm losing power again. So I'm definitely wanting to look at this and see what happened But this is a very informative book. I think it was a very, very sad and tragic thing that did happen. Many lives were lost. Vehicles tumbled into the water. And according to the Mothman of Point Pleasant, there was many of these sightings of this Mothman prior to this particular disaster. As you can see from the photos, it's a very informative book. But it speaks about the Mothman and how the Mothman was sighted by several people a good while before the tragedy happened. So, you know, was the Mothman at Point Pleasant, was that some type of an omen to let them know that a tragedy was coming and nothing more? Hello, Psychic Medium Rebecca. How are you this morning? And so basically that's one place that I would like to go visit. And of course, when I do go to do this one at Point Pleasant, I want to do this as respectful as I can because of the tragedy that happened at Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and the many lives that were lost due to the bridge collapse. And so I want to be very respectful. I want to follow facts. And this would go along with some of the lives that I did about folklore and cryptids and possible omens. You know, can an omen be something that's coming as a warning? Was the Mothman nothing more than a warning, you know, to come and let people know that something was going to happen? Because not only was this Mothman supposedly sighted in the area, but supposedly was sighted on the bridge. I live a few hours away from there. Oh, do you? So you are familiar with the Mothman legend, should I say? And again, like I said, when I go out to do an investigation, I want to be well informed. So of course I'm going to have newspaper articles and things that I can pull up, and this has a lot of those articles in it from the disaster itself, but it also has the whole, and this is how I investigate. It has the whole history of Point Pleasant, you know, not just the tragedy, not just the Mothman. It has the whole history, and that's what I do. When I go in to do an investigation, I want as much history as I can get. And I want to see, again, what was this property. And according to what I'm researching, it may have something to do with a curse. You know, was Cornstalk was a chief, Native American chief. And when Point Pleasant was taken and he was captured, and he and his sons were unalived, they said prior to him being unalived that he did curse that area. is there something to that? How much history can I go back and find before I actually go in to do my investigation? And I want to do my investigation as this is what I have researched, this is what I've come up with as far as the history, as far as what has been documented. And then whenever I do go in to do my investigation, then I'll also have my investigation that I can use as well. What all did I find in my investigation? By using my equipment, what all did I capture? What all did what was my findings? And then I would like to do a final, this is what I've discovered. This is my findings, both factual, written, and by me doing an investigation. And maybe I don't do my investigations like most paranormal groups because I want to be there in a very respectful way. And this is a very touchy subject because there were so many lives that were lost. Apparently this particular area had more tragedies than just the Silver Bridge tragedy and the Mothman. There was a mine disaster. There was flooding. There was so many other different things that happened. So there's a lot to cover, and this is what I do on my downtime in the winter, when I'm doing research. Of course, I want to go through and collect as much as I can collect. Hi, how are you this morning? Hi, Brad. So this is one of the places that I'm looking forward to going to, hopefully, this year. And I want to wait till the weather warms up and because I cannot handle the cold weather. I cannot handle the dampness anymore, not with the injury that I have. And with me being disabled, it takes me a little bit longer to get around and to explore things. So I may be there several days, not just a day. So, but this is one of the investigations that my husband and I are possibly going to be working on this year. And then there's a few others that I've been researching. So I'm trying to do my research on one project at a time, and this is what I'm working on right now. And it's a lot. It's absolutely a lot of information. I was surprised how much information you can get when you're getting ready to go in to do an investigation and you're doing your research prior to ever going in for an investigation. I'm amazed at how much time that you can put into the investigation before you ever actually go to the location and actually do a physical investigation using the equipment that you have. And then, of course, after you get done with your investigation, then you have to go back and review everything. So, this is how I do my investigations, and this is just me personally. And I'm not into going to places to prove that they're haunted. I go to prove that they're not haunted. Is there another explanation, for why these activities are being observed, why people are seeing things, or why things have happened? That's the way that I like to go in and do my investigations. And I always want to go in with respect, kindness, and understanding. And especially whenever you embark on something like Point Pleasant and the Mothman. and because of the disaster, and because not only one disaster, but over time, multiple different things that I'm finding has happened, and many lives were lost. So I want to be as respectful as I can be, and hopefully, what I find can be passed on to the next investigator, and maybe they will take a different approach than what I do. But this is just my personal, the way I look at it, the way that I like to investigate. So that will be upcoming. And then we have a few more places that we want to go. We have a family that has asked us to come in and to investigate their home. And it is an area that my husband's very familiar with. He he knows the location, and I want to be as respectful as I can with this investigation. So, but apparently there has been many families that have lived in this residence, and multiple families have experienced unexplained um, activity or paranormal activity. So they've asked my husband and myself to come in and to see what we can actually find as far as the history, to do an investigation. And I promised them that I would be very discreet, which I feel that it should be discreet. When someone reaches out to you for help, I think that it should be done very discreetly, discreetly, because it may have taken a lot of effort for them to even ask for somebody to come in and to help them or to do an investigation for them. So when I go in, I want to be very respectful, very understanding, very discreet. If they allow me to show some parts of the investigation, I will add those parts to my channel. But that's why you don't see a lot on my channel, because when somebody calls me for help, I feel that their privacy should be protected. I feel that if they're entrusting in me to come into their home and to tell me their story and to ask for help, then I want to be there for that reason. I'm not there to for clicks and views. No, I'm there. If I can possibly help, I will try to help. The only thing that I can do is to do a really good investigation, and then go over all of my evidence that I've collected, and then show it to the homeowner. And then if I feel that they do have something going on, I always say my scope only goes so far. So maybe I can refer them to someone else whose scope maybe is higher than mine. Because there's only so many things that I'm going to be able to do. I'm there to do an investigation. I'm there to collect evidence. And then I'm there to present that evidence to the homeowner. And then I can help suggest, what they can do beyond that point. And maybe help them to find someone beyond myself and my husband that can help bring them more answers and hopefully give them the answers that they need. So that's what our plans are. And then, of course, we're getting ready to set up the new permanent campground this spring and summer. So I'll bring you along for that. Last fall we started on it, and we did get some trees removed and a road made in. We started widening an area to set the camper, which it needs to be a little wider because I have a very large camper with 2 slide outs. And we did get some gravel put down on the new road, and we did get the electric pole set. So there is water that will be there available. So we're getting ready to hook up to the water and then have the electric brought in, and we want to run the electric underground. So I'll bring you along for that adventure. And my husband and I'll be remodeling our home, so maybe I can bring you along for some of that remodeling. And my husband is now disabled too, and he's a carpenter, plus he was a certified electrician and plumber, and he had his own business for 30 years and built homes from the ground up. But now what he used to be able to do in a day may take him a week. So it may be a very slow process because he's disabled. But we'll bring you along and let you see the before and after. And that's what I have planned. So anyway, if you stopped in today, I want to thank you. If you liked and subscribed, thank you so much. I don't want to keep you on here very long. Just want to let you know what I'm doing on this, not doing hardly anything special today, kind of Monday. So, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. I'm going to check and see what's going on here. My power flickered again. So, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here and see if I can get my husband to go and check and see if there's anything here in the area. I know right now, like I said, we have no trees right here around us, so it could not have been a tree right here where I am, but that doesn't mean there's not something close by. So, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here and enjoy the rest of my day. I'm going to enjoy a baked chicken in a little bit, and I'm going to enjoy some noodles, and I'll come up with some kind of a dessert. I haven't quite decided yet what we want for a dessert, but that's what I'm going to do. So, until next time, have an absolutely wonderful afternoon. Enjoy your day. And as always, don't be afraid to go in the kitchen. Try new things. It's always fun. I have a few recipes on my channel. If you'd like to look at them and check them out, please do. If you want to share them, go right ahead. I put those on there to help my daughter, because she enjoys being in the kitchen with Mom. And this makes it easier because she lives in another state. And it's just like being in the kitchen with Mom. So, till next time, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. You have an absolutely wonderful day. And as always, please be kind. Be kind to one another. We need to see a lot more of that. So till next time, bye-bye. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.